We're about to get started in one hot minute. Hey, Facebook, how are y'all? Hope you're doing well today. I'm about to loop in Pop Gospel Speaks Radio and we will get started. Hello, everyone. This is Sherry Jones, your Speak Life midwife, and I am here with the Speak Life Moment Show. I hope that you all are having a wonderful day today. It is on Monday, November 30th, the last day of November 2020, and I am live here on Pop Gospel Speaks Radio on Facebook and Instagram. And I'm so excited to be here with you all this evening. And we are going to talk about after Thanksgiving vibes. After Thanksgiving vibes. Yes. We just went through Thanksgiving holidays, and I hope that all of you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I had a extra special Thanksgiving because not only was it Thanksgiving, but it was my 15th wedding anniversary. Yay! And so I had a blessed time celebrating that milestone with my husband and just being thankful for me reaching that milestone and being thankful for being with such a wonderful partner, a wonderful life partner. For those out there that are married, I hope that you can relate to how wonderful and how blessed it is to have a partner that is supportive, that loves you, that cares for you, and that truly loves you for you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because I can tell y'all, I got all of that. I got some of all of that. Yes, I'm very positive, uplifting. I come here and I share things with you all. But, everybody has things they need to work on. And my husband tolerates a lot. But I see here on Facebook, I have Nancy on. Thank you so much for tuning in. And so, what I wanted to talk to you all a little bit about was these after Thanksgiving vibes. How are you feeling after Thanksgiving is over? Are you still thankful? Did you have a good time with your family? Are you looking forward to seeing them again on Christmas? Or are you like, a love for them jokers and Christmas can just push on through? I think we feel like that sometimes. But I think in this climate that we're in with COVID and not being able to be close to people, that it really truly makes us cherish the time that we have with our loved ones even more. I know that it did for me. We got to spend time with my sister and some friends of hers, and that was very, very wonderful. Now, this week for my podcast, We Are the Church with Sherry Jones, I actually interviewed my son, Devin. Devin is 12 years old. He's a seventh grader. And I just wanted his perspective on what Thanksgiving means. And what Devin said was that Thanksgiving means being grateful for everything around you. That, I think, is a beautiful definition. Thanksgiving means being thankful and grateful for everything that you have. Everything around you. Being thankful for waking up, being thankful for the roof over your head, being thankful for the food that you're able to eat, even if it's not the best. Sometimes we might be rocking beanie weenies, you know what I'm saying? Or beanie weenies and rice or something, or hamburger helper or something, or whatever. So everybody's not able to eat filet mignon or steaks and things like that every day. But we have to be thankful that we have something to eat, because there are people that do not. Thankful for the roof that's over your head. Maybe you're not in the big house that you want to have. Maybe everybody's kind of cramped up in there. You might not have as much room as you want. Maybe you're in a little 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, but be grateful for that. Be thankful for the car that you have to drive. Might not be the best car, might not be the Mercedes or the BMW that you want, but it gets you from point A to point B, right? and you're not having to walk, you don't have to use Mutt and Jeff. So be grateful for that. And so that is what is most important about Thanksgiving. And so I wanted to talk about how we can keep that Thanksgiving vibe. Keep that feeling of being grateful throughout the year. Now I know last week, a couple of weeks ago, I talked about having an attitude of gratitude and how we get that attitude of gratitude, but how do we maintain that attitude of gratitude? That's the thing about it. Like, we can get the attitude, but how are we going to maintain it? And how do we continue to make sure that we have that grateful spirit and that grateful heart? One way is to count your blessings. I know there's an old song or old saying, let's count my blessings one by one. And if you really took the time to write out your blessings, you would be writing all day long when you really, really think about it. And I don't think a lot of us take time to do that. I went through a class recently, and the instructor told us every day, write down 20 things that you're grateful for. Now, I have to admit, I didn't do the assignment every day like I should have. I told y'all I got my little faults. But the times that I did the assignment, it was very eye opening. And it didn't have to be the same thing every day. There are different things that you're thankful for each and every day. Like one day, our instructor, she was like, I'm thankful for this Starbucks coffee. If you love coffee and one day you don't have to make it at home, you get to go to Starbucks, be grateful for that. Be grateful for a new shirt, maybe that you bought. Be grateful that your children are doing well in school with this virtual school going on. Be thankful for the little things. So every day, let's count our blessings, small and large, and write them down. And when you write them down, go back and read them. And in those moments when you don't feel as thankful, in those moments when life is just tough, go back and look at your list. Go back and look at your list of blessings that you wrote down, and it will remind you of how to maintain that attitude of gratitude. It will remind you of the wonderful things that you are blessed with. Because sometimes we forget in the hustle and bustle of the day, in the hustle and bustle of just getting through life, y'all. Getting through life, we forget to grateful. Okay, my connection went out a little bit. We forget to be grateful and we forget to be thankful. So if we take the time to write out our blessings and then go back and read them, that will help us with maintaining that attitude of gratitude. What's another way that we can maintain an attitude of gratitude is to talk to someone. Talk to someone that you haven't talked to in a while. Purpose in your mind that every week you are going to connect with someone that you have not connected with in a while. Be it send them a message on Facebook, send them a text message, call them, better yet, do a video chat with them and touch in. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Catch up with each other. And remember why you connected with that person in the relationship in the first place. Reminisce on some of those old memories. If it's an old friend, go back and laugh and hee about some stuff that you all experienced back in the day. I'm dating myself because I'm saying back in the day and all of that. But yeah, take the time to reach out to those people that may be lost on your timeline, on your feed. Maybe you all grew up together and you only connect on Facebook. I know I'm guilty of that. I have people that I've known for years, for most of my life. But the only time I really connect with them or see them is when I'm on my Facebook, on my social media, on my Instagram. And that's just because of the times that we're in, that we're so busy, that we forget to slow down and appreciate those relationships that we had, those relationships that we used to cherish when we were little, when we were younger, those people that made significant impacts on our lives, but they get lost in the shuffle and the bustle. So every week, purpose in your mind to choose one person to check in on. That will help you to maintain an attitude of gratitude, because when you check in with that person, you'll remember all the wonderful memories, and you'll remember why you were grateful for them. You'll remember what they brought into your life. And then that will help you to continue to cherish them and continue those after Thanksgiving vibes, still being grateful for what you have. So, what's another way that we can maintain our attitude of gratitude? We talked about counting our blessings. We talked about reaching out to people that have been in our life that we may have forgotten about. And then another way is to make new connections. The whole world is our oyster, as they say. We have access to so many people right at our fingertips on our social media platforms. Look up someone that maybe um, you admire. Maybe you admire their content that they share. Maybe you admire their message. Maybe something that they posted encouraged you. Let them know. Reach out to them and say, hey, I love that post that you made. It really made my day. Believe it or not, content creators need encouragement, because sometimes you put something out there and it's crickets. Nobody is listening, nobody's watching. It feels like you just talking to yourself, or you just posted that for your own good, good feeling, because you don't get any feedback. But there are people that are seeing what you're doing. They're scrolling, they may not like it or anything, but they see it. But maybe take the time, stop the scroll, see something that you like, and maybe even still, if you don't decide that you want to comment or you like it or anything, that's fine. But just reach out to that person and give them a positive message, encouragement. Let them know that you love what they're doing, that you see what they're doing, and that it's a blessing to you. When you do that, that's helping you also have an attitude of gratitude, because you are making a new connection that you can be grateful for. And you never know what that could blossom into. I have met so many people online that I've never met in person, never even seen in person, like, with Zoom calls and things like that. But we have been able to make significant impacts on each other's lives just from our interactions online. So let's utilize Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever it is that you're using. Utilize it for something good. Make some new connections. And that will help you to have an attitude of gratitude. What's another way that you can have an attitude of gratitude is to give back. When we talked about the attitude of gratitude originally, we did talk about giving. And this is the holiday season. So just kind of reiterating that point that we said a couple of weeks ago. When you give to other people, when you pour yourself out, then that keeps you grounded. It reminds you that you are truly blessed for what you have, and that you have something to offer someone else. It's so important to give to other people. Again, doesn't have to be money. Sometimes, we may not have the money to give to a charity, but we can share their post. We can encourage other people to know more about the organization and what they're doing. We can give our time. We can volunteer with that organization, even if it's just volunteering online. Maybe we volunteer to be part of their phone bank or their phone drive that they're doing, or they're calling people and asking people to share or participate in their drive, or whatever it is that they're doing. We can give back. We can give back with our time. We can, of course, give with our money, but we can give with items. Um, we can, even with our neighbors, we can give to our neighbors. I was interviewing, there's an interview that'll be coming up soon on my podcast, but I was interviewing a gentleman, and he was talking about how he and his neighbors share with each other. If they have some extra vegetables or something in their garden, they put a basket on the fence. And so the neighbor will get those extra vegetables. And then when the neighbor has extra vegetables, they give them. Just something simple like that is a way to remain grounded and to maintain an attitude of gratitude. It's really, really simple, y'all. It doesn't take a whole lot. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort. It doesn't take hundreds of dollars to give and to maintain that attitude of gratitude. Now, we're getting ready to come up on another big holiday, Christmas. So, how can we maintain our attitude for gratitude for the Christmas holiday? First of all, we need to remember the reason for the season. I know y'all hear that a lot. Oh, the reason for the season is not Santa Claus, it's not the presents, it's Jesus. But it really is, y'all. I just have to remind you that Jesus really is the reason for the season. And now there's some people that don't believe that we should even celebrate Christmas because Jesus was probably not even born during Christmas time, and all of that. But I think the whole feeling of Christmas, the whole vibe of what it means to be of good cheer and to remember other people and not just yourself, and to give, that all of that is a beautiful thing. And we must remember that beyond the gifts under the tree, and this year might be slim pickings, might not have too many gifts under the tree for some people. You never know. If someone cannot get you a gift, don't make them feel bad about it, particularly in either this climate that we're in. Don't make people feel bad because they can't give to you. Okay? But if they can, they will. And so what we have to remember is the reason for the season. And the reason for the season is celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. That's the reason. That's why we celebrate Christmas. We remember him as the ultimate gift to the world. And when you think about it and you think about the sacrifice that he made, he was born to die. Think about that. He was born so that he could die in our place for our sins, so that he could bear the burden of our sins. That's amazing. And that's what we really need to focus on during this holiday season. And if we think about that, we will definitely maintain an attitude of gratitude. Because when you think about the sacrifice that Jesus made for us, when you think about the love that he has for us, you can't help but be grateful. You really, really can't. Because when we look at ourselves sometimes, we may not feel so lovable. We may not love ourselves. We may not love who we are and how we're made up or the experiences that we've had. But God loves us, and Jesus definitely loves us because he made that ultimate sacrifice for us. Yes, us in our dirtiness, in our good, bad, and ugly, and our not so nice moments, those moments when we're not grateful, those moments when we take him for granted, those moments when we're mean to our neighbors, he still loves us. And thinking of that will always, 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 always give us an attitude of gratitude. It really, really will. It really, really will. So let's remember the reason for the season. And let's remember the ways that we can maintain our attitude of gratitude. Let's recap. Y'all know I love to recap. Okay. So, first of all, we are going to count our blessings. Count our blessings one by one. We're going to write them down. And then when we have those moments when we're not feeling so good and we're not feeling so grateful, we're going to read them so that we can remember. So we can remember, okay, why we are grateful. I think if you do that exercise, if you write down the things that you're grateful for and then read them in those moments of weakness, it will definitely be a blessing. Okay. Then we are going to reach out and connect with someone that we have not talked to in a while. We're going to send them that message. We're going to send them that text. We're going to connect with them. Make sure that they're okay. We're going to check in on them and remind ourselves of why we connected with that person in the first place, why we're grateful for that relationship that we have with that person. Then we're going to make new connections. Yes, new connections. That's one of my favorite parts. I love meeting people. I love making new connections. I love being able to pour into someone and they pour into me. We're going to let content creators know that we appreciate what they're doing so that they know that they're being seen, so they know that their voice is being heard. That is so, so important. And then we're going to give back. We're going to give back with our time. We're going to give back with our donations if we can, but we're going to volunteer. We're going to share different events and things that are going on, something positive. If one of your friends is having an event and maybe you can't attend, maybe you can't purchase a ticket, but you can always share. And particularly if it's for a nonprofit or if it's for, something, some type of thing that's helping the community, we can always share it, y'all. That's the power of social media. We can always share it. And then we are going to remember the reason for the season. That Christmas is because of the birth of Jesus. And we are going to remember why he was born. The story of Jesus' birth is in Luke chapter 2. Go to Luke chapter 2 and read. And think about the miraculousness of his birth. He was born of a virgin. There was no room for him at the inn. So he was born in a lowly manger. When you think about that, like that's a lowly birth for a king. He was the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. And so that should also be a lesson to us that no matter how wonderful we are, no matter how wonderful we think we are, no matter how much people hype us up and blow our, minds, that we're just so great. We're not so great that we can't appreciate the little things. And we must always be humble, because when we think about the humble birth of Jesus, that he was, he was everything, but he had the most humble beginning, the most humble birth, the most controversial birth, too, being born of a virgin. Like, who ever heard of that? But he was everything. And so let's remember that we have to be humble as well. We can't just think that we're all of that. But remember that. Remember his birth, and remember that he was born to die. He was born to make the ultimate sacrifice for us and for our lives. And if we remember that, we will always have an attitude of gratitude. Okay? So, those are some great ways that we can maintain our attitude of gratitude, these after Thanksgiving vibes, that we can stay thankful all year long, and that we can prepare for Christmas, and we can prepare for the new year, for 2021. 2020 has been off the meat rack, y'all. Off the meter. And so prayerfully, 2021 will be the turnaround. 2021 will not be as tumultuous as 2020. But even if it's not, even if 2020 is just as crazy as 2021 is just as crazy as 2020, it's still a blessing. We can still find something good out of it, and we can still be thankful. Right? So I appreciate you all tuning in for today's Speak Life Moment show. I come on live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am Sherry Jones, your Speak Life midwife. I'm an author, an inspirational speaker, coach, and podcast host. And you can learn more about me at the link that's in the description of this video if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube. If you are watching on Instagram, then the link is in my bio. And if you are listening on Pop Gospel Speaks Radio, you can go to my website, sherryspeakslife.com, and you will learn about all of that. I have information about my books. I have information about my new coaching program. I have information about you can listen to my podcast, learn about my speaking engagements. All of that is on that website, sherryspeakslife.com. My latest book is called Speak Life Moments. And in Speak Life Moments, I share 21 days of inspiration, just similar to what I share with you all on Monday nights. But with this devotional, I go deep. I dive deep into personal moments in my life that impacted me and that gave me the courage and the strength to come and share these Speak Life moments with you. Because life for me has not always been a crystal stair, like the Langston Hughes poem says. But God has blessed me through it all. And then my coaching program is for aspiring writers. If you have a story locked inside of you and you want to get it out, but you're unsure how to get started, then you can connect with me. You will get my How to Speak Life with Your Story guide and a coaching call with me, and we will jumpstart your journey so that you can write your story too, and that you can share it in a way that will impact others. You can also go to bit.ly/How to Speak Life for more details about the coaching program. But you all take care. You all be blessed. I love you, love you, love you with the love of Christ. I know you're saying, Sherry, you don't even know me. How you love me? Because I love the God in you. And He is in you, y'all. He has blessed you in so many wonderful and miraculous ways. And He wants to be there for you. He loves you. He cares about you more than you will ever know. He truly loves you. And because he loves you and I love him, that means I love you too. So very much. So, Pop Gospel Speaks Radio, I will chat with you next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here live on Pop Gospel Speaks Radio. This is your Speak Life Midwife, bidding you adieu. Good night. And for Instagram and Facebook, thank y'all so much for tuning in. And I will chat with you later, Instagram. Take care. All right, Facebook, I'm logging out with you last. Last but not least, thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Thank you for your comments. I see Nisi has commented, and I truly appreciate you all for joining me every Monday night at 7 p.m. If you have not already, please go ahead and share this broadcast. Share it with someone so that they can be encouraged to keep going with the after Thanksgiving vibes so that they can be thankful all year long. That's our goal. You all take care. Bye bye.